So let's talk about mindfulness. Now, if that word makes you think of sitting perfectly still in some silent monastery for hours on end, let's just scrap that idea for a second. We're going to explore mindfulness as a really practical, totally accessible tool for our modern, super stressed minds. Okay, so first, let's start with a problem that, well, pretty much all of us have. Our minds are always running, planning, worrying, replaying stuff that happened yesterday. And listen, this is not some personal flaw, right? It's just how our brains are wired. It's a built-in feature. Scientists even have a name for it, the default mode. I mean, has this ever happened to you? You pull into your driveway, you put the car in park, and you realize you have basically zero memory of the last 10 minutes on the road. Your body was driving, sure, but your mind, it was somewhere else completely. That right there, that's a perfect example of mindlessness. And we all do it. And yeah, that whole experience, it actually has a name, the default mode. You can think of it like your brain's factory setting. So whenever you're not laser focused on a specific task, your brain just automatically switches over to this internal channel. It starts thinking about you, your past, your future, your problems. Now, it probably evolved to keep us safe, but in today's world, it often just becomes a source of nonstop stress. So this really shows us the two basic states we can be in, right? On one side, you've got mindless. That's you on autopilot, lost in thought, just reacting based on old habits. But on the other side, we have mindful. And this isn't about emptying your mind or anything like that. It's just about being open and receptive to what's happening right now. Noticing your thoughts without getting totally swept away by them, and this is crucial. It's about moving from just reacting to actually choosing how you want to respond. So, if mindlessness is a problem, what's the solution? Well, you guessed it, the answer is mindfulness. And the most important thing to get here is that this isn't some magical, special state you have to achieve. Nope, it's a skill. Just like learning an instrument or a sport, it's something you can practice and get better at over time. I absolutely love this quote because it gets right to the heart of it. It's like, you can read 100 books about how to swim, but you're not going to learn until you actually jump in the water, right? Mindfulness is exactly the same. It's an experience, not just some idea you read about. It's an invitation to be your own scientist and just try it out. So what does this actually look like in practice? Well, the simplest definition is this. Mindfulness is just paying attention to what's happening right now on purpose. And here's the kicker. You do it without judging it. Your thoughts and feelings are still going to pop up. A happy memory, the sound of a car outside, a little worry about tomorrow. You're not trying to stop them. You're just becoming aware of them as they come and go. You know, there's a really beautiful way to think about this, and it's this metaphor of a bird in flight. For that bird to fly, it needs two strong wings, right? Can't fly with one. Well, one wing is awareness. That's the skill of paying attention. And the other wing is compassion, treating yourself and whatever you're experiencing with a bit of kindness. You really need both to skillfully navigate all the turbulence that life throws at you. Okay, so this all might sound a little philosophical, but here's the thing. It's not just that. Over the past few decades, science has gotten really interested in mindfulness, and what they're finding is pretty remarkable. This simple skill of just paying attention has profound, actually measurable effects on our brains and our bodies. I mean, just look at this number, 7,000. And that's not just a random figure. That's over 7,000 research studies looking into the benefits of this practice. That is a huge mountain of scientific evidence. This has basically taken mindfulness out of the realm of pure spirituality and put it straight into the science lab, into medicine, psychology, and neuroscience. And what did all that research find? Well, a whole bunch of amazing benefits. We're talking about things that affect your mind, like decreased anxiety and stress, and way better focus. But also your body, like improved cardiovascular health. It can even help with things like emotional eating and make our relationships more satisfying. It's kind of a powerful, all-around upgrade for our general well-being. So, how does it all work? What's the secret sauce here? Well, one of the biggest reasons is a concept that psychologists call decentering, and this is a total game changer. It's this mental shift where you learn to stop seeing your thoughts as you. So instead of thinking, I am an anxious person, you learn to step back and just notice, there's a feeling of anxiety passing through. You start to see your thoughts like clouds passing in the sky, instead of thinking you are the cloud. And that little bit of space, it gives you incredible freedom. Okay, so you're probably thinking, this sounds great, but how do I actually do it? Well, the good news is, it's way simpler than you might think. Here's a super simple guide you can literally start using today. It really just boils down to these three things. First up, aspiration. This is your why. What's your motivation for doing this? Maybe it's to be less stressed out or to be more present with your kids. Second, awareness. This is the what. This is the actual practice of gently turning your attention to something happening right now, like the simple feeling of your own breath. And third, attitude. This is the how. And this one's so important. It's about how you pay attention, not with judgment or criticism, but with a sense of openness and curiosity. And that's really it. That's the core loop of the whole practice. And when you start putting these three pieces together, something really cool happens. You start to see your own life more clearly. Because, and this is key, the ultimate goal isn't to create some perfect, problem-free life. It's about fundamentally changing your relationship with the life you already have. Look, at the end of the day, life is always going to have its rough patches, its difficulties. Mindfulness doesn't magically make them all disappear. What it does is give you the tools to meet those challenges with more clarity and a lot less struggle. It's about learning to surf the waves, not trying to command the ocean to be still. We spend so much of our time and energy trying to fix everything on the outside, our jobs, our homes, our relationships. But this whole practice leaves us with a really powerful question to think about. What if? What if the biggest, most profound change you can ever make isn't out there somewhere, but right in here, in your relationship to your own mind?